morning, Wednesday, 11:40, a little 3RQ. All right, BT, number one, do you get the insurance plan on a big purchase?
I usually don't.
Yeah.
I usually just roll the dice and say, nah, I'll deal with it down the road. Do you?
We were looking for couches this weekend.
We're actually in the market ourselves for new ones. Yeah, go ahead.
And
not
we
cheap,
went,
dude.
No, they're not. And we went, and we actually ended up canceling the order. We got everything, and then I'm like, my wife said initially, oh, the lady's saying, like, you need the insurance. I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it's a sucker. I don't trust them.
Yeah, right. You know, they're trying to sell you. I'm not buying the insurance on it. And then, like, as the sale went on, somebody else comes over and they start to wear you down. You know, look, if this happens or that happens, you spill some wine on it, or the dog rips. We have a dog, so that does factor in a little bit. And it's like, you know, it's only whatever.
I think that the dealer has blackjack.
21, okay.
You can basically buy insurance to not lose your bet.
Which is how much does that cost?
I don't know. Is it the same as your bet? I don't even know. It's been a little while.
The point is, any of these insurance options,
I don't trust them.
I'm generally like,
yeah, I think they're just trying to screw me.
Right, but it is something that screws with you because you're like, but what if?
I know. Like you get a brand new laptop, you know, that's, could be a couple thousand. That's one thing, or a couch, or I mean,
whatever.
It
These
depends.
TVs, I'm like, I'll roll the dice. I go, and then usually what I say to the guy, I'm like, I'm buying this thing. It's brand new. Like, if something goes wrong with it in the next 5 years, that's your problem. And I'm coming back with it anyway.
Boy, you must be a pleasure to deal with from a customer service perspective.
I don't say it quite like that.
Who's back?
I don't say
the lunatic from the fan.
I don't PC Richards, man, they drive them nuts. No, I don't say it quite like that, but that's what I'm thinking. But in reality, like, same thing with the couch. Like, oh, you get 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. Like, what's going to happen to it? If you give me the insurance through the life of the couch, I'll take it.
You know who taught me all this? My dad. My dad cuts through the nonsense, and it started with when he goes in and he looks for a car. Like, he disarms the salesperson. Like, listen, here's what I got. Here's what I want. Let's cut a deal. Don't say me the nonsense. And it's just a quicker way to get the transaction done, really.
Same thing. All right, number two. Do you know how to do your daughter's hair?
Certainly not from a braiding perspective. No.
Can you put in one of those, like, ponytail things?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I mean, that's obviously, mommy's fantastic with that. And she's now, like, she takes pride in, doing it herself now to an extent. Not the braids, but, everything else that you do before you go out. But there are times, like, say if my wife is out and my son's easy. Dude, throw on a hoodie. We got to roll. Get your sneakers. Get your Crocs. Let's go. With the daughter, it's a little different. And, I'm like, it's not that I don't want to do it. Yeah. It's just not that easy if it's a little knotted or, it's getting longer now. So the answer is no braiding, but I do jump in the trenches from time to time if I have to.
Forget even braiding. Like, we all have to, as girl dads, jump into the trenches when needed. Yeah. It's just a matter of time. It's inevitable. I forget what it was last week or something, and I'm like, all right, I got this. Like, go do whatever you got to do. We'll be fine here. We're fine. I'll take her over to actually, my wife went to her brother's house. They were there early. I had to bring my daughter over eventually.
Okay.
Then now there's the added pressure of going to the in-laws' house, and I want to show up and have my daughter look like a slob.
Yeah.
But I realized as I'm getting her dressed, get the jacket on, the shoes on, I'm like, I can't put her hair, like, I don't know how to do this, the stupid little circle band thing.
A little scrunchie?
It looks easier than it is. The small little...
The scrunchie?
Yeah,
not the scrunchie.
No,
almost like a tight rubber band, like the diameter.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I got
the small rubber band.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, how hard could this be? You pull the hair back, you put the rubber band on, like...
Got to wrap it around twice.
It didn't work. No. It didn't work. It was loose, and the hair was all over the place. I'm like, I just give up. I can't do this.
2 tips for you as a fellow... girl dad, right?
Yeah.
Number one, well, first you got to watch Moana. Moana 2 is out.
Okay. And I've got that one?
Well, I'm taking my daughter to a little date. That's just
Daddy-daughter?
Oh, yeah.
Love that. That's
great. I took her to see Frozen. Like, that's just us. And the other thing you should do, I thought about this when you tell me about her hair. Take her to get her nails done, and you get your nails done with her.
Interesting.
I did that once.
What do you do with your nails?
Nothing. I just sat there and they just, I don't get polish on them like I'm in a mafia.
You get a manicure?
Yeah.
Okay,
I did it once.
Yeah,
I just, I'm going to take her for a Saturday morning, and they don't forget that stuff.
Yeah. All right. Last one for you. Do you care what your neighbors think of either you or your house?
I really couldn't care less, dude. I got to be honest with you, man. I just don't care. Now, I happen to live in an awesome neighborhood, and I do like, I know everybody on my street. But if I didn't and they didn't like me, I wouldn't care.
And you know where I'm going with this, though.
Is this guy still beeping this dude?
No. All good there.
Rectified?
Yeah, that was his problem. I had an issue with him.
Yeah.
But I don't care if neighbors. It's not beeping, by the way, in the backyard. That went away. Thankfully, I told you it had something to do with the pool. So whoever came and
Okay. That was a while ago.
No, but it's more like, we're in a new neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And again, my wife wants to, hey, we can't be the only house on the block. Even my sister had an issue with this years ago. Like, hey, just didn't have time. Life's going on, whatever. Didn't put the lights up on our house. And I guess the neighbor was like, hey, do you celebrate Christmas? Like,
what?
Yeah. Oh,
that's a very intrusive question.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You think I'm a pit bull.
Oh, your sister came by. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
My sister, you don't want to mess with her.
I mean, you're basically asking what religion you are. Yeah. I mean, really, in a roundabout way, that's a very intrusive question.
Yeah, offensive.
Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't mean it to be a religious thing. I just meant it more of like a neighborhood thing. And like, I'm not... If we have the money to do it or the time to do it, I love Christmas. I'll do that stuff. I always wanted my father to do it with the lights outside. Never did. Now I know why. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is.
I don't need another thing to do or another expense for what? For a month? Pay a couple grand if somebody come do like that.
That's not a couple of grand.
What is it?
$1,200. It's about $1 grand. No,
to me that's like
about
absurd.
$1 grand, but not a couple of grand.
So we could go buy. So I'll go buy some outdoor decor. I'll run the lights on the railings, whatever. But like the last reason I would ever do it is because the neighbors might think something like
so they thought that you weren't contributing to the overall Christmas feel. Like, why would they ask that question?
No, they didn't to me. But my wife was just saying, like, we're new in the neighborhood. You don't want, you don't.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just when you think you've got 3 hours of free time, you don't. So get used to it, buddy.
No way.
I'm just telling you what's coming.
Connie is in Westbury. Connie.
No way.
Hi. You were talking about buying insurance.
Yeah.
I always buy insurance on a flight because for me, it really pays off because Delta screwed around and ripped open my luggage and they weren't going to pay me what the luggage was worth and the insurance covered it. And
they ripped open. You probably could have sued them, though. Small claim lawsuit.
Well, they said the luggage was old, so they prorated the age. And it was part of the set, and I could only buy that piece again if I bought the whole set.
And
but the insurance covered it.
But that's annoying, Connie, and thank you for the call. And now that you say that, like I've bought extra insurance, and at times I haven't, but I've gotten burnt from it. Like on selling certain things and shipping certain things, stuff could get damaged, sure. And if you don't buy the insurance, you get screwed. But even if you do, or like on a flight like that, it's a pain in the neck to get stuff back.
Yeah, I know. That's what my wife does that. I have no time for that.
So even if you have the insurance, I was like, okay, great, my flight had to be canceled. Yeah. I think that happened for me during COVID. I was going to go to actually Houston to see the Astros and the new Rangers ballpark.
Okay.
And because of COVID, season canceled, trip canceled, whatever. I was like, oh, yeah, well, I had insurance on this flight. Dude, the emails, the calling, like getting stuff, it was, we'll give you a credit. I'm like, no.
No, now you get robots. It takes forever just to get a human on the phone.
Oh, my God.
I just dial. I just incessantly bang the number 0, like hoping it'll get me to customer service. And I'll just say customer service. I don't even wait for the stupid prompting. Let me tell you the worst. Come on.
Do the same thing.
The worst kind of, I got no patience for that. Click, bang, 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 bang. The worst type of insurance, number one, it's the most expensive, and it's really the most depressing, is when you got to pay your life insurance premium. That's.
I don't have that.
You get it. You'll get it. You'll get it. Yeah, everybody will get it. You know, you're still a couple years younger than me, but it's something you're going to want to get at some point. Yep.
Yeah.
That's always fun. Hey, think about what the payoff is. Yeah, let me shell out X amount of dollars each year, so when I drop dead.
I know.
But you got to do it. You got to do it for the family.
Have you bought a plot yet?
No, I have not. I mean, did you have to? You'd have to take it there.
Just made me think of it.
Hey, just cream me up, man. Sprinkle me on a fairway, since I'm never on a fairway. Or, you should sprinkle me in the rough, but put me in a fairway. Put me on a baseball diamond. Put me on a boat, somewhere in the ocean. Do a little fishing. Nice Italian restaurant. Sprinkle a little piece on my deck and by the fire pit, and I'm good. A lot cheaper than a plot.
Do whatever you do, and make sure the kid. Don't do it at MetLife Stadium. You don't want to be forever watching the Jets play football.
That is the plot. That stadium. That's where teams go to die.
PT, players, teams, coaches.